Justin and Jiah are a couple of guys who know they're gonna die, so they're biding time by consuming content and wasting their breath. It's a podcast called Amusing Ourselves to Death. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Amusing Ourselves to Death, a podcast where we talk about the things we love while we slowly rot and become dust in this universe on a planet that is a speck of what actually exists. I'm Justin.
I'm Jiah.
And today we have a special guest. You want to introduce yourself?
I'm Christy.
Hi, Christy.
Christy Devlin in the house.
That's me.
Jiah and I don't reveal our last names, but we like to reveal the last names of our guests.
Obviously. Yes, not everybody knows.
We have
It's true,
anonymity
everybody
on our
knows.
side. There's a million Justins and a million Jiahs out there, so we should be fine.
Yeah, I think we're going to be just fine.
This is fine.
This is fine. How's it going, Christy?
It's good.
It's good?
Yeah, it's a good Friday. Hat off.
It's not, I just want to clarify,
It's not the Good Friday.
Yeah.
It's a Good Friday.
Yes.
Yeah, so, yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. How are you guys?
Good. We just cracked open a couple of seltzers.
This is the product placement part of the show.
A Wegmans brand, cherry pomegranate. Me and Justin are both got a cold one in our hands.
Cheers.
Okay,
Cheers.
Wow. And they left out the guest.
I believe I offered you one before we left.
I don't recall that, but that's okay.
And you said no.
Okay.
You said something like F that S.
Yeah, enjoy your Weggies. F that Weggies.
You often black out and don't remember things we ask of you. Is that correct, Christy?
I do. I break off. I stare out off into space, and then I come back. You know, that's typical.
Yeah, and we all stand around and we all just, I think, wonder to ourselves, where's she going? Where is she right now?
Yeah.
How did she get here? When did she get here? Has she always been here?
Maybe not. I'm not here right now. Or am I?
Don't know. I don't have the answers.
Spooky intro for the day after Halloween.
For sure. November 1st.
A little bit of Halloween residue, as they say.
Yeah. It's coding the world.
Yes.
Halloween is too much now. I was done on Friday. In this year of 2019, we celebrated Halloween in my neighborhood on Friday night, and I went to a Halloween-themed event Friday night. And then by, I think, Tuesday, I was in a meeting, and Halloween came up, and I was like, it can't possibly still be October.
And guess what? They're still having festivities this weekend.
Oh, my
Mostly
God.
for, I think, adults. Like adult Halloween fun.
Oh, so the kids just had their fun, and now...
Yeah, now like bars are still having like...
Should Halloween be for
Halloween's-
adults? Should we just... was that always a thing?
I think it's an excuse to dress up for adults, right?
Adults always love dressing up.
I think it was more, it's to celebrate the harvest, and the adults were harvesting everything, and then the kids get to dress up as monsters. And I think it kind of spread to the adults dressing up too.
You're talking about the origin.
The origin of Halloween, as I am an expert in. Yeah.
Can I have a brief hot take about holidays in general? I believe that we should only have them every other year. We should I feel like once
a Star Wars movie?
Once a year is too much. Yeah. A Star Wars movie. I don't know
Of
if it's
course.
if I just feel time speeding up, or I just feel like it was just Halloween, it was just Christmas, it was just Easter. I could go with like a good year, a 2-year gap between holidays.
Yeah, good luck convincing stores about that one.
Yeah, good luck convincing America, Jiah.
Sorry,
I am currently circulating a change.org petition.
we're gonna shelve that idea.
Yeah, I'm going to put that on our shelf,
Yeah.
and we'll go back to you about that. In the meantime, Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Happy Hanukkah, because it's November 1st.
Yeah, it might as well be. Yeah, this
School's
holiday
out
season.
for the summer, baby.
Anyway.
I mean, I got a new job
Oh, good for you.
because the previous job I just left. I just
Pretend
decided.
you didn't already tell me this earlier.
Yeah, I was just left and just didn't go back and got a new job. And
So you're a quitter is what you're saying.
I'm a quitter.
You heard it here first, folks. Christy Devlin endorses quitting her job.
I endorse being nonchalant about it too. So be a nonchalant quitter. If you're going to be a quitter, just like it's any day.
Have you guys ever dramatically quit a job? Like
No.
I would love to though.
I did do what you did. I feel like you got something now. Did you dramatically quit? All right.
In
do
a
it.
way, yes.
Go into it.
I was working at a not to be named farmer's market in southeastern Pennsylvania as a after school job on weekends my senior year of high school, which was like a great decision. Just every Friday and Saturday, my last year of high school, when everyone's out partying and having fun, I just said, I'm going to work for 12 hours every day.
Did you work at Produce Junction?
No, I worked at Zern's. I worked in the sausage sandwich stand.
Of
They also
course
made
you
cotton
did.
candy, fried Oreos.
Wait, they had a sausage stand?
So they had several stands. They also had fried vegetables and cheesesteaks. I'm not going to say the name of the company, but
In case they're listening?
in case they're
We say we're
listening.
going to leave our plugs to the end, Jiah.
Oh, right.
So we'll plug Zerns at the end.
And anyway, it was like my last day, and I think I don't know, maybe it was just being like an asshole 18-year-old, but I was just kind of like, that's it, I'm done with this place. I'm going off to college to find myself and make my dreams come true. And I tore up my work shirt,
Nice.
which was already like greasy as hell from like, like working behind like a stove and making, fried Twix bars every day. And I was like, no one's going to want to save this thing.
No.
So I ripped it in half. I think I used some scissors, and I kind of just like, I didn't throw it at anybody, but I think I threw it like in the corner of the stand. And then I basically like my last paycheck I got in the mail was like, yeah, minus $29.99 for that shirt.
Please tell me, did you throw a sausage?
No.
They
I ate a lot
charged
of
you for
sausages.
it?
Yeah, charged me for like my work
That's
shirt.
ridiculous.
Yeah, because I cut it up with some scissors. Because I think I tried ripping on my hands, but it was like just too damn.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that visual. Like you just trying so hard to
Didn't work.
rip, like going against the fabric grain, and it
Yeah.
just, you
Not
had to
working.
get scissors.
Yeah.
You were practical about it.
Probably just some voodoo magic from the Zerns farmers market. Just imbued into that shirt over a course of a year.
In Greece.
So in Greece, yeah.
It's interesting to be angry at a farmer's market. I think that's a interesting.
Yeah. So that was my dramatic quitting. So far, who knows?
Well, hey, you're a freelancer now.
Yeah.
Can you really quit?
I can't really quit. I
Yeah.
just could I just won't get called anymore. So,
It's dramatic.
yeah.
I did what you did for my first job. I worked at a grocery store called Price Chopper. I will say the name. In upstate New York, and I worked there for years and years. And it was my first job. I think started at 16. I remember on the application saying I'd be there for 6 months, and I was there for almost 7 years.
Holy, whoa,
yeah.
you're a lifer.
Well, by the end, I was working in the dairy department, which I had figured out that I could just hide in the cooler.
I've done that at a lot of jobs.
Yeah. I would do all my work the first 2 hours of my shift, and then I'd just sit there and read. I would read Desperation by Stephen King. And just as soon as somebody took a jug of milk, I'd just replace it.
That's so great.
So I was just behind those windows. That's all I would do. And nobody came to check on me. Nothing. And I just cleaned the cooler. Anyway, so my last day at work, I had my MP3 player stolen out of my backpack in the break room. And I remember them saying that you should have gotten a locker. And I was like, well, you don't have enough lockers for all the employees. And they were like, well, too bad. And at that point, I was like, all right, fuck this company. Mm-hmm. And so I put my 2 weeks in, but then my last actual day. So like I said, I did quit in a formal way. But
yeah, you did. You were nice, and you
I
followed
did.
the rules.
But on my last day, I worked 3 hours, and then I was training some new guy that it was his first day. And I just told him, I was like, hey, Todd, or whatever your name is, I'm going to go on lunch, but I'm not going to come back.
You're gonna come back.
And if anybody asks, just tell them I'm on my lunch break. Yeah. And then I walked out, and I never came back. And I still got my check in the
You
mail.
still could come back though.
I still could. Yeah. I did go back.
Yeah, you never had
to make money to move here. And it was one of the worst months of my life going back to that job for just a month. And I was fucking miserable.
Wait, why did you go back?
I need to make extra money and move to Pennsylvania. Oh. So I was like, all right, I'll work a month of shifts, and it gave me an extra $300. Whatever. So
You could have made some extra money, like giving out advice, like when people open the refrigerator to get the milk and they saw you back there.
Fun fact, just so you guys know, I'll give you your milk in a second. Yeah. But did you know that you could save a lot of money by buying a light bulb that lasts
investing
10
in a
years.
403 sheltered annuity?
Yeah.
You guys tried almond milk yet?
Yeah. Well, let's not be hasty here. This was 2003, so almond milk was still a little.
Yeah, you had to go to like a health food store.
Yeah.
That was next to the dry cleaners, and they're barely open on during the week. So
the almond milk was probably in the bottom right hand corner of the cooler, behind a bunch of heavy cream.
Yeah. If you wanted to buy, you had to listen to a guy dig around a guitar for a half hour. So yeah, you could buy your almond milk.
Right.
So
that's my story.
Okay.
Yeah, I wish I had a dramatic story. I don't. Mine was very flat. It's a flatlining kind of a leave.
Oh, you did what you had to do.
Yeah, I did.
Did you tender a resignation letter?
Well, since you're asking, I sure did. And it was a long one. It was a 5-pager.
Ooh.
Yeah. I just emailed it to everybody that I thought were the decision makers.
To whom it may concern.
Yep.
You Jerry Maguired it.
Yes, I sure did.
Yeah.
I sure did.
Sent out the email to everybody, and then.
And I'll tell you
the
what,
road.
didn't get one reaction. Didn't get an email. Didn't get a phone call. Nothing. Cut ties. Cut that cord. And that's
Well,
it.
on that note,
So
speaking of cutting cords, today we're talking about Pee-wee's Big Adventure, the directorial debut of
Tim Burton.
Tim Burton. I almost said Albert Brooks. For some reason, thinking about
Very
it, it's
different
strong.
movie.
It's that seltzer. It's that Weggy
Yeah,
pomegranate
it's
cherries seltzer.
Weggies, yeah.
Don't call it Weggies. We're not getting into it, but don't call it Weggies ever again.
Yeah, we're going to start calling you Weggy.
Yeah, Weggy.
Weggy Peck.
Weggy Peck.
So here
Weggy
on
Dancer Peck.
that's it.
Oh, he's getting up and he's leaving the room.
You
All right,
knew
nice
it was going
Foley
to come
work,
up.
Daniel.
Yeah, you knew it was going to come back.
Yeah. Sorry, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, well, here on Amusing Ourselves to Death, we'd like to open our episodes normally with just a brief, amusing aperitif, as we call it, just a kind of a check-in on what you're watching, what you're reading, and what you're distracting yourself with this week.
Oh,
Ladies first.
okay. Well, I'm still deep in Downton Abbey.
Okay.
I'm in the 6th season. I feel like someone's going to die or something big is going to happen. I don't know what, but that's what I'm watching. And I just started reading The Bell Jar
Oh.
by Sylvia Plath.
Is that kind of...
It's like kind of autobiographical.
Okay. She lost her mind, right?
She
the one who lost her mind? Okay.
Yeah, she's one of them.
Did she? Sorry, go ahead.
Nope, she sure did. I know exactly what you're going to say.
Did she put her
She
head in an
baked her
oven?
head, yep, in an oven.
Who wrote the story where the woman's locked in a room peeling wallpaper off of the wall?
Oh,
What is that?
Charlotte.
It's not Sylvia Plath,
no,
right?
it's called The Yellow Wallpaper.
Oh, okay.
And I think it's Charlotte something. I can't remember her name. But I do remember reading the short story.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever read any Sylvia Plath, but you're enjoying it so
Yeah,
far?
it's pretty dark.
Yeah.
It's pretty dark.
Well, I
and
mean,
yeah.
she...
Yeah, I mean...
The darkness got her.
there
in the
wasn't
end.
anything fun about
It
it.
gets us all
She wasn't
eventually.
baking a cake.
Would you say that she is the Heath Ledger of her generation?
Ooh.
Got in too deep into the bell jar. And...
Perhaps, maybe. Perhaps. Well, she had a
You heard it
very...
here first, folks.
Yeah, I mean, I think her husband was a very famous poet who was a womanizer.
Oh.
And yeah.
I feel like most poets back then were...
Yeah.
Womanizers.
I think it's part of the job. I think
Yeah.
you kind of have to womanize, I guess.
I mean, why else do you write poetry if not to like just make women's dresses just
Come
disintegrate?
right. Well, what about manizing it?
Manize.
I mean, for female poets.
Oh, of course, yeah. I was saving the best for last.
Okay.
In my head, my dream scenario there.
I mean, I think I just made up a word.
Manize?
Manizing? Malizing.
Malizing?
Malizing.
Speaking of malaise,
Oh boy, here we go.
well, do you want to go next, Dustin, or do you want me to, I got
something.
I got
Go
something
ahead.
too.
I'll
All
go
right, yeah.
last.
Well, this isn't really a general thing. It's just kind of my state of mind at the moment. As we all know, in the next week or so, Disney Plus, the next big streaming service, will be launching. Now, I consider myself as someone who tries to do. I try to do the right thing. Like I recycle, I reuse. I have like a travel coffee and water mugs, so I'm not like wasting paper and plastic. I try to walk, and if I don't have to drive, I'm trying to like do my part, even though that my individual part is it's like a pebble in an ocean of content.
I can't wait to see how this connects to Disney Plus.
Yeah, I'm waiting this. How does it relate to me watching my cartoons?
Is like is this to put it bluntly, just this black hole that is sucking all the content in. It bought Fox, it bought Star Wars, Marvel. It's okay.
Yeah, it owns everything. I'm
Do I
failing to see
have-
the problem here.
Is there is it a moral decision to not subscribe to Disney Plus just to kind of have some kind of a
see what you're saying.
slight blowback against like the evil empire that is the Mouse House?
As if your decision to not indulge will
Right.
make a
Will that make a difference? Will that make a statement? I mean, you know what they're doing? They're starting, like, they bought Fox, so now but Disney has started to manufacture this false sense of like the vault, like, oh, this movie is not available. But you can buy the Blu-ray, the DVD, or sign up for streaming services. But if any movie theater wants to play Aliens or Fight Club or any other old Fox titles, they're not making those available.
Yeah, Disney's be like, oh, we'll check the vault and
right. Oh, we'll get back to you. Yeah, we got to call the guy to see if it's available.
Well, so corporations are people, Jiah, and we got to just sharing is caring. You know what I mean? So if they got the most, then maybe they're the best. I don't know.
And I'm not saying this in a mean way, but
I can't wait to see how this connects.
What I'm thinking is Disney, but like you aren't the demographic for Disney Plus. I mean, so if you're gonna take I'm overgeneralizing, but if you're gonna take a stand not to subscribe, like, would it be more effective if there were more families
not subscribing? Yeah,
because I know what you just said about them buying. You said they bought Fox. Is that what you were saying?
Yeah, they bought Fox.
Yeah, so the Fox.
And what's next?
I do have an argument. Not to cut you off, but
but that's what you do, Justin.
Well,
I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding. You don't do that.
No, I know
at all.
Yeah. Jiah is their demographic now.
I mean, they got me on like greatest Star Wars TV show day one. I'm like,
Marvel.
Okay,
Star Wars.
This is right. They've been priming me. They've been.
The problem is the demographic has grown so much that now they have everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But would you say like the percentage of the demographic is mostly people watching like kid and family friendly movie? Like, don't you feel like most of the demographic is going to be kids?
I don't know. With the new Marvel stuff, I think it's going to be a lot of Jiahs and a lot of
Jiahs.
A lot of Star Wars. I mean,
and it's like if you're not keeping it on top of these new shows, then like you might not get what's going on in the movies. They might make it so it's all dependent on having like you won't be able to survive as a person in our culture with your finger jammed into the pulse.
Okay, all right, hang on. Let me stop you, Jiah. You will be able to survive as a person in our culture. You will not be able to survive as a Star Wars fan in our culture. I want to make the clear distinction here that a Star Wars fan is not a person. That's a different thing.
Fans aren't people.
Fans aren't people. No. Okay.
They're ideas.
They're ideas.
This is a radical, but I don't think fans should be allowed to marry. I don't know. That's just me. It says it in not the Bible, but
maybe the Star Wars Bible.
Star Wars Bible.
Where does that opinion come from? Did you get shut down by a fan?
What? No. I was taking that joke too far. Justin, cut this out, please.
Sure. Yeah. I'm going to cut this out.
No, but now I want to know. You can't cut it out now.
Yeah.
No, you're going to talk any further about that?
No. I was riffing on that.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good joke. I see what you mean.
That's why I said cut it out.
You know what? You always bring the conversation back to Star Wars. What the fuck is Star Wars, Jiah?
Yeah, it's Star Wars.
Here we are again.
It is a problem. It is a problem. I don't think you not subscribing is going to change anything. I think it just makes it. I think it's just if you want to. I don't know, because there's people who don't like. For instance, Procter & Gamble, evil company. But you know what? I love Pringles, and
me too.
You do what you can. You can only do so much because no matter what you do. Like, what are you going to do besides watch Disney Plus?
See, I have this like perfect idea in my head of like, all right, instead of what Disney Plus, I'm gonna like buckle down and like, watch the Criterion channel that I actually subscribe for, but don't watch anything on. I'm gonna like go through the filmographies of Bergman and Ozu and Kurosawa and just like then like just eat all my broccoli and salad and everything that's good for me in culture.
Okay, do that.
Yeah.
Just do that. It's easy.
Sometimes you get home from a long day of work and like I just want to watch something that's like familiar and comfort food. And not have to think too much or read subtitles. So,
yeah,
I guess it's just one of those moments of coming up.
It's
like,
junk food.
It's just like, am I just committing fully on a junk food, or is this just like, yes, the streaming wars have consumed us all. Like we can't actually cut the cord anymore. We just have to have all these different services and just to be on top of things.
You could just watch your DVDs.
I could,
and just
I think I'm just be done with movies and TV. Just play video games all day.
Oh, that's a solution.
Okay,
That's the
so
solution.
Yeah, that's it.
This is the
that's the
final
new me.
episode of the podcast. I guess that's it.
Yeah.
It's just me now.
Yeah, when
Christy, you want to be my co-host?
I mean, I guess it
when
it works.
Cyberpunk 2077 comes out in April, I'm going to be faking a family emergency for the month of the summer.
You're going to fucking glue a toaster to your head and be like, look at my implants.
Oh my God, what the hell is
Cyberpunk
What the hell
bullshit.
is that?
It's a dystopian sci-fi like genre where it's like
It's an open world game. It's
it's like a video game?
in like
It's a whole genre of
Blade
literature,
Runner-esque world, and you can hack things and
So much, so many imaginary worlds to just to rule.
because this world is just it's played out. Like I get it. You know the geography of it. There's no surprises anymore. Like the teacher in the Truman Show said, there's nothing left to be explored or found. Everything's been done before. So that's what these games offer. There's like, oh, some fucking surprises in your life.
yeah, but you're still in a box.
Yeah. And it's somebody else's world that you're becoming a part of.
Yeah, you're in a fish tank, and the big kid is just tapping on the glass, being like, "Oh, I came with this fish to notice the castle I just put in there." Mm-hmm. And then when you look at the glass, you just see yourself when you try to see out into the rest of the world.
Fuck.
On that note, I've been really into Castle Rock season 2. It's spooky. It's fun.
Is that like a Stephen King reference?
Yeah, it's
Is it?
Stephen King. It's a Stephen King multiverse. Ace from Stand By Me, he comes back as a tertiary character. It's great. It follows Kathy Bates' character from Misery.
Okay.
But it's a reimagining
Lizzie Kaplan's
of
playing her, right?
Oh, yes. Hell yes.
I love Lizzie Kaplan
Hell yes,
from Party
she is.
Down.
Hell yes, she is. She is beautiful, and she is an amazing actor in this.
Are we having fun
What's her
yet?
name?
We are having fun.
What's her name?
Lizzie Kaplan. But her Annie Wilcox or Annie Wilkes. Yeah, her character in Misery, but it's a reimagining, so like that hasn't happened yet. She has a daughter, and they're on the run, and that's how the season opens up. They end up settling down in Jerusalem's Lot, which did you know, the vampire book?
Love that book.
Salem's Lot.
Absolutely love
Passage?
that book.
The Passage, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, it's fun. I'm enjoying it more than season 1. Season 1 was a little bit of a garbled mess, being it J.J. Abrams sometimes adds a little bit too much. But this one's a smaller story. It's more focused. I highly recommend it. They dropped 3 episodes the week of Halloween. 4th one just dropped this past Wednesday, October 30th. So by the time you listen to this, I'm sure it'll all be out now. But it's on Hulu.
Are they like little vignettes like about all of these different like characters in his novels, or is it the town?
It's the town.
It's the town of Castle Rock.
Yeah,
so
you
like,
got Castle Rock, Jerusalem's Lot, and then Derry,
I
and
love
it's
that
like
he
the
did
trifecta.
that.
Yeah,
That's my favorite part of Stephen King.
so it's like a new story, but it takes like old characters and brings them in and like references and stuff like that. Like in the first season, you had Jack's daughter. Jack Nicholson's, what's his actual name in The Shining? The main character in The Shining. Is it Jack?
Jack Torrance?
Jack Torrance's niece is in the first season of Castle Rock. She happens to mention, like, oh yeah, my uncle took an axe and went crazy at this hotel and tried to murder my aunt.
Oh, but I thought he was always there.
But yeah, but at the end, it's a reimagining.
Ah.
It's a reimagining, Jiah. J.J. Abrams is a little fuzzy on the... We're going to do what we want. I don't know.
What channel is it on?
I do like Hulu's strategy of releasing episodes weekly instead of just dropping the whole thing in your lap on a Friday afternoon.
Like Disney Plus is doing it weekly too, Jiah.
Disney Plus, only $6.99 starting November 8th.
So what's your decision since you've had some time to think about it?
I'm definitely getting it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I have no...
That was always your intention.
I have no morals.
you're a monster.
I'm a monster.
See, I'm not going to get it.
Yeah.
Because I'm taking a stand. My roommate is going to pay for it. And I'm not going to give him a dime. Sorry, Anthony. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm keeping my cable under 100. That's my goal.
Yeah.
So sorry, no Disney Plus for me.
I think that it's going to get to... Just to close out on this topic, I feel like it's going to get to the point where there's going to be so many options. It's just going to be like cable used to be, where you had to buy channels. And
they're going to start doing bundles soon, absolutely.
Yeah, and it's absolutely just going to fold in on itself again. A new thing will happen, like the internet happened and took all their money away, and now they figured out how to capitalize on it, and then whatever's next will be a whole new thing.
And then someday it'll be like on Netflix, be an option just like live stream Netflix. Like we'll just be playing blocks of programming from 8 to 9, 9 to 10. You know, here's Orange is the New Black, here's BoJack Horseman, here's Stranger Things.
You'll be alone in your apartment, and it'll wash over your face. You'll be like, wait a minute, I'm watching television again. They got me.
Oh, this has happened before. Oh, this will happen again.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be like the BBC. Maybe they'll just be 4 channels.
That'd
Is
be
that still
nice.
how
That'd
it
be
is?
nice, actually. I'd enjoy that.
Where it'll just get whittled down.
Short seasons. They end when it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One big entity controlling everything.
Like Satan. Which brings us to Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Yes. Nice.
Very red
segue.
movie.
Yes.
Yes, it's very red, right?
Very red.
What does this mean?
Well, to start off, I'll say that this was a movie I had not seen before, but you two are big fans of.
Yes.
Yes.
So,
Well, we both
Why?
saw it as...
no,
Why do you like this piece of shit?
in a good way. Why?
I see. This is one of those things where you find out nobody's seen a movie. Like, you haven't seen the Goonies,
Right.
And then it's like, as like a 30-something-year-old who didn't have the Goonies as a child, and you watch the Goonies, you're gonna have a widely different perspective on this movie because it's like
Absolutely.
what you see as a kid. It's magical, and it's like, and then it's ingrained in your like emotional like development. So it's like me seeing Pee-wee as a kid. I loved Pee-wee, and I watched the TV show, and then this movie came out, and I was like, there's more Pee-wee, and it's kind of scary and really weird and twisted, and I
There was nothing
Love that.
like it
nothing like it. No.
when it was released.
No.
So for like, you're kind of jaded at this point, right?
Absolutely jaded.
So that I think that's why it's such a big memory
Yeah.
for me too. Is like, who the hell is this guy? And he is so left of center, and there's nobody like him. And it was just, yeah. I mean, that's what I remember.
I think it's
I had to look at it. I couldn't look away.
yeah. It's a movie for kids and for adults. Like, you can enjoy.
You don't
it.
know who exactly the target
Right.
is for.
And you can get jokes. You can watch it over and over again. Like, I noticed new stuff for the first time. Like, and I've seen this movie, I don't know, it has to be like 30 times by now in my lifetime, if that. So it's like, I don't know. That's what I feel like we have different experiences because we were kids when we first saw it. Whereas you have never seen a Pee-wee thing in your entire life until this moment.
Yeah, I think I maybe just saw some clips. It was just one of those blind spots I've had over the years, and just never, once you reach the age of reason, I guess, you just stop seeking out those things.
What would that age be?
I think it's
Is it
coming
different for
up.
everybody?
It's like 37, 38.
Oh, so we got
Right.
another thing. So
Yeah.
it's like
Oh, so once you
18,
pass that,
you can
it's
smoke. 21, you
Yeah.
can drink. 25, rent a car. 37, age of reason.
Age of reason.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, then you're mature enough to do all those things you're already allowed to do. So,
okay.
but yeah, this is just one of those movies. Yeah, I had a blind spot. Maybe saw clips over the years, but never really sought it out intentionally. But I'm glad you did. I did enjoy this movie a lot. There was a lot of funny stuff.
laughing,
Very
yeah.
absurd. It took a little warm. Kind of took some time to get into that first gear or so. Like just his whole morning routine with the whole Rube Goldberg machine making his breakfast. It was, I don't know. It was very entertaining. It was well put together.
But that's very Tim Burton too. Now you know
Yeah.
what you know of Tim Burton and all the machines and things like that show up as tropes in his movies. Like, I don't think I ever would have thought about it. I obviously didn't think about it back then, but
Well, no, I mean, this is his first movie. So it's like we didn't have any like frame of reference for that. Whereas like now it's like you could easily just say like, man, I will be glad to never see a Tim Burton movie again in the rest of my life. Like, he does good work, but I feel like now it's kind of like
it's repetitive.
I can't tell you the last one I saw. Probably Big Fish.
I love that movie though.
Oh, it's so
I
good.
do love that movie.
That's his peak, I think.
Yeah, Dumbo
Yeah.
was the last one I saw,
Oh,
which
is
is
the new
already
one?
a pretty it was
Let's
pretty
get ready to
dramatic.
Dumbo.
Wow.
Is that a quote from this new movie? Did you see it?
I saw enough of it.
Okay.
I saw all that I need to see.
That's what they say to Raleigh for that movie.
I mean, I had some initial notes, like later on, like the filmmaking style, it was kind of more on the same wavelength as Pee-wee himself, especially like the scene where he's kind of being haunted by the clown. We do see some that's more like kind of Crazy Town, Banana Pants dream sequences. Though, I mean, I had some initial notes about like it was even the beginning was kind of shot very plainly, just kind of just on a tripod, just a couple of tracking shots. I don't know. It didn't feel like it was really capturing who this Pee-wee guy is, whoever he is. But I really did feel like the film kind of like the style evolved as the movie went on, as the things just got more and more kind of just loopy and insane. So not really criticism, just kind of just my train of thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I like about him is he lives in kind of in his own little world. He, like you said, he has this house with the Rube Goldberg machine, which I want to say, like, was that just big in the 80s or something like that? Because then you had Back to the Future, and Back to the Future starts with a Rube Goldberg machine and Doc Brown's, like, lab. Like, and you get to see all...
true.
It's like an opening sequence. It's weird. I don't...
Because it dumps the dog food
Yeah.
in
It's
Einstein's
almost-
bowl.
Yes. There's
I know
even...
what you're
And there's a
talking
dog bowl with Speck.
That's right.
Interesting.
And you gotta imagine him like setting all this stuff the night before, like like pulling things back, setting like new, like fresh lines for the candle to burn, the pancake batter.
That's what I mean. There's a lot involved. It makes it seem like it's efficient.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't have to make his own
but
breakfast.
You don't see the cleanup
That's gonna
afterwards.
fucking take him hours at the end of his day before he goes to bed.
Yeah. He's got to set everything up.
His meal prep for the day and the pancakes.
It's like Domino's.
It doesn't need a single pancake.
No.
And it clearly, like...
I mean, he looks good. You can tell he's not eating those pancakes.
Well, the pancake is the face in the breakfast. Don't forget.
So one falls.
Right.
Okay.
So he uses pancakes as like the bowl for a cereal, basically?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, because he eats 2 things of cereal, which is why at the beginning you see his weight is 98 pounds. That's right. As an adult male, he weighs 98 pounds.
Oh my, I didn't even catch that.
Yeah.
I just get obsessed with Mr. T cereal because I actually had Mr. T cereal when I was
it good?
young. It kind of tastes like corn, not corn. Yeah, corn pops.
Okay.
Like that kind of a taste.
It looked like it's the same kind of thing, but just in the shape of a tea.
It is in the shape of a tea.
No
That's
marshmallows, nothing like that?
Nope, nothing like that. Just like corn. Like, like high fructose corn syrup and corn.
Okay, that makes sense because it feels like Mr. T is more just like... It's not healthy, but it's like he wouldn't put any marshmallows in his cereal.
No. It wouldn't be tough enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be too gentle.
True.
Yeah.
And they're yellow, kind of like his like gold that he wears.
Yeah, I think that was the tie-in.
Yeah.
I do. Well, you know what? I have to say, I love Pee Wee Herman, and I think I loved him. I didn't know to call it this when I was that young, but I just thought he was such a well-developed character, and he always stuck to his character. You never saw Paul Reubens until he got caught masturbating in a movie theater. Then you knew who Paul Reubens was.
Well,
honestly, until that happened, he was always Pee Wee. He always showed up as Pee Wee Herman, and he stuck with it.
Did that upset you when you were a kid when you heard about that? Yeah.
Well, I guess I wasn't a kid because was I in my teens?
Yeah, you were a little bit older than
my
me.
college
Yeah.
years. But yeah, because that's because they were such separate entities.
And they put his photo in the paper of like his like mugshot, and it's like, wait, who's that? That's not. He's like long hair, and it's like.
And you would think you could separate it, but you absolutely could not. Like,
Yeah.
that's how much he lived in that character.
Yeah. Well, he's even in the movie at the end. He's credited as Pee Wee Herman as it plays himself.
As himself. Yeah, like he doesn't even name his real name.
But as you mentioned when we were hanging out earlier, he came out of Second City, you believe, or Groundlings. It's
I
one
think
of the two, right?
I want to say Second City, but you
Okay.
could be right too. You could be right. I know he was in one of those camps. And he did. I feel like he did shows there somehow that maybe that
I think so.
developed.
From what I remember from stuff I've heard, is he did shows there, and then he did an HBO thing, and that's how he got the.
And that I did see. That's what I saw that special when it was on.
Which he did one for his big comeback after, because he went away for a while. He did start doing. He did Mystery Men, which I'd love to do an episode on. It's a cult movie. Janine Garofalo, lots of great people in it. And then
what was that called?
Mystery Man.
Mystery Man, you said. Okay.
Yeah, and
he was like the bowler or something, or was that Janine Garofalo?
Yeah, Bowler was Janine Garofalo. Ben Stiller was The Rage or something like that. I don't know. It's about like
they were like dorky superheroes.
Really like failed superheroes. Greg Kinnear is in it. He plays like an actual superhero.
I used to love him on Talk Soup.
Oh, really?
The original.
I never watched Talk Soup. He was great in what's that? Jack Nicholson movie, Something's Gotta Give.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Greg Kinnear.
Greg Kinnear.
So this is like a
Oh yeah.
it's a road trip movie.
It's a road trip movie.
And something they don't make that often anymore, though. As I say that, I'm remembering that Between Two Ferns just came out recently. That's like a road trip movie, which seemed like it seemed a lot of fun to make. That you get to kind of bring in a lot of big guest stars, do some kind of wacky set pieces. It's almost like a sketch movie in a way. A lot, but this actually
of like little. Every scene kind of like works in itself as like a little short film kind of.
But this did feel like a cohesive whole. I mean, especially towards the end where he's like kind of going through the drive-through parking lot and just like having brief scenes with all the people we met along the way, from just like the people who had like a 5-second cameo to like full important characters in his journey.
That's what reminded me of Big Fish. At the end, everybody comes together at the end. It's like,
right.
Everybody we met along the way is here. Like, what a happy ending.
And the ending of Titanic too. She's that dream sequence. Like everyone's here. All
Everyone's
the good
still
people
alive. And, yeah.
Except they were dying in the ice.
Yes.
Brutal too. Yeah.
Sorry.
Brutal.
Yeah. Brutal deaths.
That ruined a Saturday for me. But no, I think that speaks to the strength of the character because literally this whole movie is just like, let's take this character and put him in this situation and this situation. We're going to put him in a biker bar. And
Right,
then we're going to...
the show itself was set all in his home, correct? So like
His playhouse, yeah.
Right. So we didn't need to have a whole movie there. So it's like,
No.
let's get him out in the world. Let's have him interacting with people. So
Which is great because the kids show is weird, but it's not this weird.
It's not dark.
There's like dark, intense scenes in
Absolutely.
this movie that like as a kid really kind of scared me. Whereas the show is very like just very much just candy for your brain. Like here's some fun. Here's the mailman. It's kind of like a really crazy Mr. Rogers.
Or essentially what a clown is.
Yeah.
Happy face. Everything looks squeaky clean. Just a regular guy, who thinks he's a kid and he's
Yep.
innocent, but lots of dark undertones.
speaking of clowns,
Yeah.
Justin, I believe you had some words on our red-nosed friends.
Oh yeah, this movie is one of the movies that's responsible for me not liking clowns. There's some very scary clown sequences in this movie. This movie, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, and It, the original It, God, who's in the movie? I don't know.
Well,
Anyway,
I don't think there's any
bunch of
movies
people.
that actually make you want to like clowns, are there?
No, I guess not.
Maybe
No, but the
Patch Adams?
intention.
No.
Oh, Gacy dressed as a
Oh
clown.
my gosh, I just listened to a podcast about him.
Oof.
We don't need
Okay.
to talk about it.
We're
but
not talking
anyways.
about. We're not plugging another
Save it for
podcast.
plugs.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
We're the last and only
but
podcast.
yeah, and clowns. But yeah, like that whole idea, like a clown that you go as a kid, right? And you are entertained by this clown, but they're not always smiling.
No.
No, there's somebody underneath that mask.
Yeah, that's
Of makeup.
what I don't like. 'Cause I don't like not
Can't
being able
trust
to
it.
see who I'm talking to. That's why I don't like masks either. Like I don't like we just got through Halloween. Like something about somebody with a mask, and if somebody's wearing a mask and they try to like mess with me, like we talked about
can't see
going to a
their
haunted
eyes.
house.
Yeah,
and it's like I don't like that
I
stuff.
know. I was shocked about that. I didn't realize that you
No,
didn't like it.
It's just not. It's like not even a thing I like. It's like, oh, okay, I guess I'll go. It's more like, no, it gives me anxiety. I don't.
Yeah,
I
we
don't
don't
like
want to
people
give you a
trying
heart
to scare
attack.
me. Yeah.
It's like it's a defense mechanism. I can't like see this person's facial reaction. It's like, what are they hiding? Why are they preventing me from seeing this? What are their intentions?
Yeah.
If I can't see like how their mouth is shaped,
Right.
Or their eyes, are their eyes averted, or are they wide, or are they bloodshot, or are they missing? Maybe they're gone.
Maybe they're just gone.
Yeah, they're
I
gone.
mean, yeah, they're scary. They're just scary.
And that's what I like about Pee Wee, though, is that he is himself, and he's like you said, he just sticks to his guns. He lives by his own rules. He does what he wants when he wants to do it. And I was thinking about this movie, and it's like he lives in a very controlled environment. Everything is meticulous. He has this ritual, and when his bike is stolen, it completely throws
Throws
that
the routine off.
Yeah.
Guess what? Surprise. Guess what astrological sign Paul Rubens is?
Virgo.
You got it.
Fucking, that's why I connect with this
Fucking
movie.
right.
God damn it, I hate it.
Yep. You
Yeah.
found all of them. I don't know if that was a thing, but
No, I was thinking
Just
about
saying.
it. Like now, it's just like everybody's very charmed by him for the most part. But then you made a note about humility when he talks about. I looked over and
That's
you were
what
scribbling
he
something down.
learned
on the road.
On the road, yeah. He learned to had some perspective on his actions.
Well, the world doesn't revolve around him, and
Right.
he has moments where like he is an idiot and he gets embarrassed, and the one thing he loves most gets stolen from him, and
I mean,
Yeah.
you have a wacky chase sequence outside a bunch of fake dinosaurs. You're like, oh yeah, there were creatures on this earth before me, and then I'll be gone like them someday as well.
right. I think that was a deleted scene where he says that.
that's right.
I guess going through the plot is gets the bike stolen and he's got to go on all these zany adventures to find it.
It's a hero's journey.
It's a hero's journey.
It's
yeah.
an absolute hero's journey. I mean, he's got to evolve as a human being and character.
He does.
He does.
Which I feel like in I don't know if did you watch the new one with Joe McIntyre? No.
Joe
He's not in that.
Mangiano.
Yeah.
Pieces. I've seen Big Top. Pee-wee.
Big Top, I
with the
don't
Papa
like.
LaPoopala brothers. No,
I really
it was pretty bad.
couldn't get into it as a kid.
Yeah,
I think it just I saw this first. Big Top Pee-wee came after Pee-wee's Big
it was
Adventures.
kind of
It's
like
the
a
second
sequel,
movie.
but not. It's just
Yeah.
the character was the sequel.
It's like
not the story.
now we're in the circus,
Yeah. Now we've really,
give
and it's
him a
not Tim
job.
Burton anymore,
Yeah.
right?
No.
Yeah.
No. I think Tim Burton and him working together. And I don't know if he must have wrote it, but probably a different writing team. Yeah, it just didn't really do anything for me as a kid.
Yeah.
Just like, I got this great high from Big Adventure, and then after that, everything's just like, well.
So
why
when you
watch
deal with
anything else?
promises, yeah, this is like the Bermuda Kush. The thing's gonna get you high, and then it's just like ragweed.
Wah, wah.
Can't smoke that in the blunt. Anyway, I did like the convention just where like, oh, you can't pay your check at a diner, go work in the kitchen and wash dishes, which makes me think like, was that ever a real thing or is that still a thing?
I've only seen that in the movies.
Yeah, I don't like what would happen if you literally just couldn't pay your bill. Like you go to the Queen City Diner, they just call the cops. I don't know what happens.
No, I think they probably just kick you out and be like, don't fucking come back here.
Yeah,
Or,
it
yeah,
happens so
you just-
rare. Like who really, of a right mind would go into a diner without like being able to pay?
Well,
But-
I had a friend who's back in the day who we would go out to dinner and eat, and then
Would he dash,
he would
though?
order. Well, no, he would order his food, and then we knew he didn't have any money, so we thought he was just coming to hang out. But then he'd order a meal and be like, "How are you going to pay for this?" He's like, "I don't know, figure it out." So, you son of a bitch! And then one of us would have to. When we should have just flagged down the waitress and been like, "Hey, no, he actually doesn't have any money. Cancel that order." But we were on the road, just like in this movie, and sometimes on the road.
Rules of the road.
Yeah, you make survival decisions on the road.
You do. You
Yeah,
need
you
to
just gotta
snap
survive.
decisions.
You do.
You guys ever take a road trip? Oh, what?
Oh yeah, I have. Drove to Chicago once, and that was good. Nothing zany like this happened. I remember Toronto took a while to get through.
That's as far as you've gone?
Far west as I've gone is Chicago.
Okay.
So I think it's the longest I've driven. I drove to Pittsburgh once too, and that was about equidistance from where I used to live, so about 14 hours.
Okay.
All said and done.
I drove to LA.
Oh, that's the dream.
Sam, I did cross country twice.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, look at you trying to
do
top
that.
me.
Well, I had to come
Over there
back.
with your two-trip
I drove out
comeback,
there.
yeah.
I had to get my car back to
I
Pennsylvania.
flew back.
See, I wouldn't come back.
Yeah,
I almost didn't.
I should have stayed.
You guys want to just go back?
Yeah.
We got to go back.
I'm telling
You
you.
have to go back, Kate.
I'm getting a camper.
Oh, okay.
I don't know when,
All right.
but you guys, anytime you guys want to jump in and
Great.
we'll go.
I
cross
mean,
country.
that's
You, the kids, Jiah, and I.
Yeah.
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 Probably should bring
We're
Aaron
one big
along,
family.
too.
Well, it's our intentional
Aaron.
community. We've talked
Yeah.
about this before. It will happen.
It's
going
going to happen. We're going to make a cult.
Yeah.
Sorry, intentional
It's
community.
an intentional community.
Intentional community. It's not a cult.
There will be no religious affiliation in this one, which is why it will stay intentional community.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Speaking of snap decisions, I want to discuss some really fun things and antics he gets into.
Okay.
There we go. Thank you. The car going off the cliff. To survive, he puts the thing up,
The convertible top?
convertible top up,
Sunroof.
and then it works as a parachute and just glides them gently down to the bottom of the ravine or wherever they are. And then also when he has to when he and the guy are on the run and they come across the police stops.
Oh, I love that.
And then he makes that snap clothing change.
In 5 seconds.
5 seconds, yeah. Dressed as
And they're in a
Olive Oil.
convertible, so nobody could see them do
Right.
that. Nobody.
No.
It's a fun reality.
It's great.
We're living in. I don't know how much more I could take of it. I don't know if I could watch more than an hour and a half long movie, but
No, that's what I was. Okay, that's what I was gonna get to when I mentioned the new movie.
Yeah.
I feel like he doesn't. I need to watch it again, but I feel like from the beginning to end, Pee Wee's still Pee Wee, whereas in this, he's kind of a dick. But at least at the end, he takes Dottie out to the drive-in and he buys
does.
It's still all about him. Like, let's all go see my movie. But it's still like, oh yeah, he'll buy what is it, Joe, a footlong hot dog and try to break him out. Like he'll buy the Satan's whatever army.
Like it's a wink.
French
Like he's
fries
winking at
for
all
French
his
friends.
his little friends from
Yeah, it's a
from
wink,
across
yeah.
the road trip. Yeah, the road.
I gotta say his love interest was voiced by, I believe, E.G. Daly, who did Tommy Pickles on the Rugrats cartoon show. So I haven't heard say romantic sayings to him. Well, with the
It's
voice
Tommy.
of Tommy Pickles, which is fucking me up in a fundamental way. So
Oh, you didn't like imagining her as a bald little baby with a
that's
diaper?
all I can imagine. Yeah, or Tommy. I'm not even going there.
Anyway, what were we saying? Let's just go through like favorite scenes from this movie. I know it's going to be hard to narrow one down for you.
Yeah.
Let's start.
Christy has a list that's like on par with Santa Claus right now, just like unfurling.
Yeah, it's just it's feet long. So I love the Alamo scene because I love Jan Hooks.
Improvise that. I saw in the trivia. Her whole entire tour was improvised.
I could totally see that. I loved that scene. I love the scene when Pee Wee and Simone are inside the dinosaur, just because I love the line about "Let's talk about your big butt, Simone."
What does he say right after that? It's like, or what does she say to him? Like, no one's ever given it to me like that. Because Andy's outside the door listening, and it sounds like they're having sex.
Oh, okay.
But yeah,
yeah. Well, that's
a real idiot if he thinks that's what sex sounds like.
With Pee Wee, that's what it would sound like. Think about it. It would be very dialogue heavy. I feel. Yeah. And let's see.
Still be wearing a suit.
He would be absolutely. He wouldn't take that off. No way.
Not even when he's washing dishes.
No. Strangely enough, he did take off the coat during the rodeo scene, if you didn't notice that. He put the cow chaps over the pants, but he had something different on top. He didn't have his jacket on.
So after the Cowboys woke him up and he had amnesia,
he had a full suit back on again. Yeah, interesting.
So somebody dressed him.
And I will also note that Andy and Pee Wee were color coordinated in that scene. Because Andy had a purple and yellow hat on, and then Pee Wee had a purple and yellow vest on, or the accessory. Did you guys not notice this?
I did not notice that part, no.
Oh my God.
All this has to be like weird, intentional Tim Burton stuff, though. Maybe it's part of Paul Rubin, too.
Yeah, maybe.
Because there's a lot of work with color in this movie. Like we mentioned red. But yeah, would you say that then that's probably...
I think those are my favorite. And I love the ending. I do love the ending. How all the characters come back again, and he like gives them a little nod. And I love how they totally depict the way Hollywood is, where they'll have a story about, like a biography about somebody, and then they'll put all the hottest actors in for the main parts, and then the main character gets a side part. And I also do love, just one more, I also do love when he literally is acting like somebody who doesn't know how to act in a movie. In the ending scenes.
He's breaking the fourth wall.
Yes,
he's like
and
mouthing
he's just
the
like
person's
very
dialogue.
awkward. I love that because I feel like he studied that. But yeah, so those are the many scenes that I love in that movie.
I love when he's in the basement and he's had everybody over and like, do you have anything else to contribute, Amazing Larry? Yeah, the whole scene where he's just unraveling. I love that so much. I like the creepier scenes for some reason. I love Large Marge. Mm-hmm. That whole scene's great. She, I read the part of the IMDb trivia. She did not blink once during that story when she was telling it. Oh. And also when her face contorts into that like
the claymation.
Yeah, that's modeled after Tim Burton. So it's listed as an unlisted credit by him, and he is also that thug who tries to mug him.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
very good.
When he hisses at them. So good call, Jiah. Jiah called that out.
I have an eye.
I also there's one. I just love when he's like mean to Francis and he's like, well, good for you and your father or whatever. Yeah. There was one specific scene that I really...
When he speaks on top of Francis, I love that. When he's like, ugh, ugh. Like, love that.
The hobo scene when he just like can't take it anymore and just jumps off the train because he keeps singing songs. Yeah, I could go on. I could say the whole movie. It's the biker scene. Yeah, I just love it. I love this whole movie. Yeah.
Can I interject really quickly before you go? Jiah, I just have to say, and I mentioned this when we were watching it. Really quickly. Go
ahead.
I love how you don't know what era it is in time. I love how it exists in its own time, space, or space and time. Like, sometimes it feels like it's the 50s. Sometimes it feels like it's the 40s. Sometimes it feels like it's the 70s.
You compared this to a more recent movie.
Napoleon Dynamite.
Yes.
In that sense. And then Better Off Dead. Said that too. It's like in that same vein, like we just don't know. The characters are grounded in this reality where you don't know where you are, but you like recognize everything, all the little tropes of what they're trying to throw in there. It's kind of an interesting.
I do like that. I like when movies don't really use technology that much. Yeah, it's like this could take place in really any kind of time period.
Yeah.
It's just weird. It's that weird enough where it's like I don't know, your brain just accepts it. Like there's these kids who are dressed up in like really expensive dirt bike gear and they just drive around riding their bikes.
Or the Twisted Sisters filming a music video at Warner Brothers Studios.
Yeah.
And like Pee Wee comes in with a sleigh and a boat and they just ram into that. Like, yeah.
With Godzilla and Santa.
Yeah.
hugging around.
I was gonna say that's my favorite part is that whole chase sequence at the very end where like Santa Claus and Godzilla are riding a sleigh. They're crashing through all the various sets. He's on the bike and he swings across the lagoon with like George the Jungle or Tarzan.
Yeah.
And I just wrote my notes like Donald Glover got it wrong. This movie is America. This is our culture
Hollywood.
right here.
Yeah, in a nutshell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, overall, like, I mean, one could look at this movie like this is like a portrait of a very sad man, but also in a way, very,
it is.
Like from a very zoomed out perspective, but also like just even the world around him is like, it's a very kind and aspirational world where like, even like the villains aren't really that bad. And like, everyone's kind of working together in a way, even if you're bending the laws of time and space. It all kind of works out in the end.
It does.
And
especially for Pee-wee.
Because
he's the most important part in this movie.
He absolutely is. Because his name's in the title.
His name's in the title.
So
it's his big adventure. And it was big.
It was big.
Mm-hmm.
But his name is Pee-wee.
His name is
It's a
Pee-wee.
small
And
name
weighs
with a big
98
adventure.
pounds.
Oh my God.
You guys
I
aware of
gotta rewatch
that
this
irony?
again.
Oh my God.
So much.
There's so many hidden joys.
Can I talk about a hidden joy that I figured out while watching this movie? Is I have a theory that he dies early in this movie, and this is actually a movie about the battle between heaven and hell. Now, bear with me here.
Wow.
There are clues here. The head, when he's in the magic shop, and he keeps showing him like the little shrunken head, and he's like, oh, medium size, and then like, whoa, he brings out the big one. That big head is actually a model off of Aleister Crowley's head, who is a...
I know who he is.
Yeah.
Who's Aleister Crowley?
He was mislabeled as a Satanist for a long time, but he's like believes in magic and the power of sex magic.
Because guess who studied him?
Ooh, who?
Zodiac.
Yeah. Aleister Crowley.
Just dropping a serial killer fact.
I blew my my Audible free trial thing on picking up the history of the world, I think, or history of the universe by Aleister. I think it was Aleister Crowley.
That's like his famous book.
Yes. Yeah, and it's all about him talking about how this man came to him one night and told him the true history of the universe and like how we all started out as fibrous like mucus in the universe and then eventually solidified. But anyway, I'm not an expert on all this stuff, but if you look up Aleister Crowley, he's linked to like a lot of occult stuff.
60s San Francisco, isn't that where his base was?
It is. In this movie, the map in the basement of this is a map of San Francisco. When he's in his basement, has everybody there. So I think this loosely takes place, definitely in California, but I think San Francisco.
Okay.
He did get to Texas pretty quickly.
Yes, he did.
Well, what's the third thing then? Because that's two things that you said, right? The head, the San Francisco map.
Well, I was thinking there's red everywhere.
Okay.
So red, the color of the devil. Satan's helpers, the bike
right.
gang. Mm-hmm. Okay. Francis, in a dream sequence, is Satan, who's trying to take his bike away. Pee-wee poses as a nun at one point to steal the bike back. The lion is often signifies Christ in the Bible. So the little lion on his bike could signify that maybe the bike is Christ. Twisted Sister singing the song "You're Gonna Burn in Hell," and then the snakes that he saves. The scene of him walking out with a fistful of snakes from the pet store with the flames behind him. The serpent.
Oh, Adam and Eve.
Yeah.
So where is
I don't know.
What is heaven in this then? If there's all of these references to hell and Satan,
maybe
the bike,
the cinematic
the bike
experience at the drive-through is heaven.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know that.
Like the bike gets stolen, it comes back. Maybe that's the resurrection.
Maybe, or it's just this is like
if you believe in that.
He's dying, and this is like the fever dream he's having as he's on his deathbed, and he's like, "Oh, this is my I gotta go for," because the world's so silly and weird, and then there's just like a lot of like kind of ghoulish stuff that happens. I don't actually. I think this is just it's a bunch of crap, but it's just a fun movie. But it's a lot of stuff I noticed. I was like, oh, there's a lot of like satanic. Just the fact that it's the head of Aleister Crowley, and then you have the Satan's helpers. It's just, what was Tim Burton?
Look out the window. There's Tim Burton, and he's holding a sign that says, "Justin, you cracked my movie wide open."
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God!
Oh, and now he's gone.
Oh,
He's
bye,
gone.
Bye, Tim.
See ya. He's always here in Bethlehem.
Yeah.
You can't get him out of here.
He's doing research for his next CGI Palooza Fest.
Oh, good. Maybe it'll be about that mouse I caught earlier.
Maybe.
There's a mouse in my room and I caught it.
A lot of talk about mice tonight.
A lot of mouse
A lot
house.
of mouse house talk.
You know what? I'm just going to interject here.
Sure.
A Tim Burton fact that I thought was always interesting.
Please.
About he was married to Helena Bonham Carter.
Yes.
Right.
Is
for a while.
Is he still married to her?
No.
Or did they split up?
No, but they actually lived in 2 separate homes with a connecting tunnel.
A tunnel.
That's definitely something an occult person would have is a tunnel.
Like an underground tunnel.
I don't think it was underground, but I think it was
Like a passageway.
It's just
Just a tunnel.
yeah, it's just
like a hallway.
like a tunnel, like a hallway, like a corridor. A corridor.
Yeah.
Because they lived separate, like they lived separately. Like he needed his own space to work. I don't know.
Tax reasons. Maybe.
I love
I just
that.
thought. I mean, it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
When you think about it.
You gotta have your own space.
Yeah.
Kill each other.
But I feel like you should have a room where you both meet, right in the
Yeah,
middle.
common area.
Yeah, like a living room.
Like a living room.
Oh my goodness.
Living room.
Mediation chamber. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So that's one of those
fun
little
facts.
things. It's one of the, little things.
Yeah, I don't know. That's just stuff I don't want to get all weird conspiracy theory stuff about it. But with Hollywood and the history of the occult in Hollywood and sex cults and all this weird history of the film and the fact that it ends in Hollywood.
I mean, all these things you're describing in the movie, like
Warner
these are all
Brothers.
decisions that people made on set or like in production. So like, I'm sure that there is some conscious conversations being had, like
Just
what colors
interesting.
to make things and
Well, it could
what
have been the
props to
writers.
use. And
Too, it could have been.
Yeah, it could have been the writers.
It could have been. Those could have been things happening in Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah, maybe.
And Phil
Paul
Hartman's
Rubens
mind.
and Phil Hartman are trying to tell us something.
Yeah,
with this
maybe
movie.
there's maybe that's their message.
Yeah. I had some fun trivia that I found relating to the writers.
Mm-hmm.
They'd never written a script before, like an actual movie script, him and the people who wrote this. So they actually bought a book on how to write screenplays, and they followed it to the T.
I
And
love these
apparently the
stories.
script for this is actually used in film schools to like study how like this is a perfect script. This is like because it's exactly 90 minutes.
Yeah.
And, you know what I mean? And it's like it has the way the acts are set up. I don't know.
That's so cool.
I made a note of it on my phone, but it's gone now. So there's a little piece of trivia.
yeah, they open the movie up with a dream sequence that kind of shows his desires, and then you introduce the character like showing his normal routine, his base reality, and then wacky hijinks, and then you roll credits.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, exactly. Here I found it. The film is 90 minutes long. The script is 90 pages long. The first act ends at page 30.
That's awesome.
The 30/30 minute mark. The second act ends at page 60. The 60 minute mark. He's a Virgo.
Oh my gosh! And Phil Hartman, I think, was a Libra. I could be wrong.
Someone
is
on
that
Twitter
a-
recently
I don't know
posted
why
like
I know
all
that.
movies.
They're both control freaks. That's all we need
Oh,
to know.
God, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what it sounds like. If you think about it, like to follow, I would never be able to follow a structure like that and stay with it like that. No way. I would go off.
Yeah, I can see some stuff being cut
go
out
off.
of this.
I would go off.
Go off, Queen. Is that a phrase?
Yes, Queen.
Is that an
Yes.
idiom of our time?
Yes,
Yes,
go
Queen.
off, Queen.
Yeah.
Go off, Queen. Or Yas Queen. That's the one I'm thinking of.
Yes, Queen is what.
But
Yes, Queen.
we could work go off Queen
Go off.
into the lexicon.
off, Queen.
Go off.
Speaking of 90 minutes, someone on Twitter posted like all movies should be either 90 minutes long or 3 hours, nothing in between.
Who said that?
Why?
Someone on Twitter, I think
Oh.
an Australian guy I follow.
Movies
Like
have just
a pure-
gotten too long
Yeah.
now. I'm tired. My butt hurts. I don't want to sit in
Hey,
theater for
people-
3 hours
we're,
anymore.
we're chugging coffee or soda all day. We got to use the bathroom. They don't do intermissions anymore. So, but if you have a 3 hour movie and I know it's 3 hours, like I will like evacuate my bowels and my fluids the day before and like not drink anything and see it like at 8 o'clock
Like you
in the morning.
fast. Like you're getting blood taken.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
fast.
exactly. Yeah. Like for the Irishman coming up, like I'm just like not going to ingest anything for like 2 days before then just so I can like make it through without having to miss a frame of that masterpiece.
I don't know anything about The Irishman.
Me neither. I just know that it's got De Niro,
Aye.
Pesci,
Aye.
That's the movie. Yeah.
Hey.
Hey, look at
Is
this
it a
guy.
Goodfellas type thing?
Yeah.
Just a different country?
It's like Goodfellas 4, yeah, basically. So,
You're excited. You've been talking about this for
I
a
can't
while.
wait. Yeah.
I want to see it too.
I'm gonna go with my dad. We're gonna go get some Italian food in Philly and go see the Rich's movie theater.
Wow.
Is it a
You're gonna have whole evening.
Scorsese film?
Scorsese, yeah.
Well, and Jiah's dad is also super into The Sopranos, so they had a.
Oh.
So
I'm surprised we haven't talked about
That was a
Sopranos, or
big
it hasn't been dropped at all.
father-son
Conversation.
bonding years in my growing up. Well,
That's nice. That's a nice
We watched the 4th season live week to week, which was the worst season of them all. But
nothing like watching people get whacked with your dad.
Well, not in the 4th season because
no, not in the 4th season.
Like very little people got whacked, and there was a big source of
spoilers. I
contention.
haven't seen it yet.
Also,
Spoilers for like, people not dying. Really?
Also want to mention I haven't seen Heat because I think that's come up every single episode so far. At some point I've said I haven't seen Heat.
The movie?
So I just want to put yes.
Who's in that?
You should feel shame. But
I
don't know.
know.
It's De Niro and Pacino. It's like the first movie they were really in together. They shared a scene together. Very iconic scene together. But
Okay.
Is that the hoo-ah scene? Hoo-ah.
no. Well, he was in that mode, like where he's just like playing everything big.
Yeah. Devil's Advocate? Wasn't that a movie? Was that?
You guys want to end this and go watch Heat? We can do that right
Yeah,
now.
we can go watch Heat. Is Aaron on his way?
I think he is, yeah.
Okay, cool.
I told him 9.
We're just going to assault him with a VHS copy of Heat.
Yeah, that's
excuse
it.
me, I have
and chicken
on
slices
Blu-ray.
of cold chicken.
Excuse me.
And slices of cold chicken. Shout out to IKS, who do not make a taco salad, but offered us a meal consisting of chicken, onions, a side of beans, a side of rice,
And a side salad.
and a little wrapper of tortillas. So you can assemble your own meal.
Look, they're the number 3 taco place in America, so...
Did you literally ask for a taco salad? And
I said taco. This is riveting.
And she was,
This is the kind of conversation I'd like to have. Let's get to the bottom of
one
that.
taco salad with chicken, please. And she's like, we have tacos, we have salads. We don't have a taco salad.
she was very flustered.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. So she was only going to give you the separate things.
She's like, look up there. We got our
Pieces outside.
salads up there. There's like a chicken Caesar salad.
Yeah.
And
Are you sure about that ranking?
It's in a plaque.
It's good.
It's legit. Right by the doors, it's in the
cheap,
plaque.
cash only, and veggie burritos.
I'm not
gigantic.
complaining.
Yeah.
I came home to a hot meal, if you know what I mean.
Thanks
I'm
to our
not complaining.
sponsor, Akies.
Yes,
Taste
we're
Mexico.
officially in the plug section.
Yeah.
I don't know how much I really have to say about this movie. I love the dream sequence that he describes. My friend, I mentioned it while we were watching it. My friend Corey, I think, drew it himself, but I always imagined I was just rolling a big donut and then there's a snake wearing a vest, and that's all you get. I love that.
You don't need... That's what I mean. He packs so much in the very little that he does say. That's what it is.
And it's
That's
not
what
like
it
an
is.
airplane movie where there's shit happening constantly. It's
Although I
like
fucking love Airplane. So that's
my
a
God,
whole
me too.
nother... It's a whole nother one of my favorite movies.
somebody mentioned that on a podcast. Somebody mentioned that on a podcast recently I was listening to. Just offhandedly, I don't remember who it was, but it was how an airplane, everybody plays it totally straight. And I never thought about that until I heard that. And it's brilliant. Like, nobody's hamming it up. Everybody's just like, nope, this is all normal.
Oh my gosh, there's so many one-liners in that movie. So many great one-liners in that
That is the one downside of a lot of modern comedies where it's just like, you can tell they're like, oh, let's do a take, you guys just riff and do a little improv. And like, they are kind of just all like being funny people.
Yeah, they're just trying. Yeah, they're just being like really hamming it up and being goofy. Aaron's here.
Yeah.
There's someone in my house.
No, he's at my house.
Yeah, he's at
Oh, is it your house?
Jiah's.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're, it's time to wrap up anyway. Does
Yeah.
anybody have any final thoughts about this movie?
No, thank you very much for my, I'm sure, first of many excursions down the Pee Wee
We
Lane.
took away your virginity, Jiah.
Yeah.
Your Pee Wee virginity.
Long overdue.
I would like to.
All my
end-
friends they kept going to parties, and I was just like, no, I'm gonna meet the right girl. I mean, the right. Fuck, I already fucked up this metaphor.
We understand.
Thanks for introducing me to Pee Wee.
Well, you got. I feel like you connected personally with the scene where he's telling Dottie, I'm a loner, Dottie, a rebel, and he's like, I like you. Like, leave me alone. I feel you, I don't know.
Yeah, because I am a loner, and guys,
Yeah.
You're a rebel.
leave me alone.
leave me alone,
We will.
please. Hashtag leave me alone.
I just wonder what our generation's Pee Wee's Big Adventure is going to be.
I don't know. Probably
Fortnite?
Napoleon Dynamite was.
You think?
No, that's not even an adventure. He doesn't do anything.
Yeah,
in the
there's
movie.
no. I mean, I don't feel like it was a strong.
TikTok.
You don't stop.
Yeah, it'll be a 9-minute clip on or 9-second clip on TikTok. Is this generation's Pee Wee
I think we know what our job is, guys. I think we need to write
to do it?
the next Pee Wee's Big Adventure, whatever that is.
Okay,
Right? I mean,
I guess we should just start working on that.
yeah.
Let's quit our jobs and start writing.
All right.
Who's with me?
I'm going to give a 2-week notice, and then on the last day, I'm going to leave early. You're going to rip up your...
That was for all the
I'm gonna
writers
rip
out
up
there.
my tie that I own. But
And
yeah,
then Christy, get started on that 5-page dissertation on
Doing
why you
it.
have to leave.
Yes. We're going to cut up our clothes and leave our jobs.
That's what we're going to do. We're going to move. We're going to drive to California.
Oh, right. In my camper.
Yep, in your camper. And then we're going to write this movie.
I'll probably bring my car just to have another car because I like to be on my own. I'm a loner, guys.
Okay.
Can't even ride in the camper, Jiah?
I'll ride a little caravan out there.
Oh, you know. The camper's got a hitch. We'll
Yeah,
just
you can
hitch your car
drag.
to
You
the
can
back.
drag the car. Stop trying to make excuses to not be in the
Sometimes I just
camper.
want to listen to my own podcast and just like be on the road and
Jiah, just be part of the family.
roll the window down and
Intent.
I'm gonna start smoking again. It's gonna be great. Mostly, yeah.
Yours sounds like a separate movie.
Well, on that note.
I know.
On that note,
See you later. No.
Yeah.
Real quick plugs. You want to mention that date again? You got a Valley or for the first time?
Well, tomorrow night's staycation.
Well, that's not going to be. That'll be gone. Long
well,
gone.
Well, it
Well,
would
on
have
the
passed. It was a great show. We did a great job.
The next one.
November 15th, cabaret show, 8:00. And then
At Steel Stacks in
at Steel
Bethlehem,
Stacks in
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. And then Thursday at Steel Stacks, November 21st, 8 p.m., Valley Word Squares. Yes.
It's going to be a good show. The first Valley Weird I saw was amazing.
Yeah, they're awesome. Something new every time. Just go.
Just go.
Just go.
Just go.
Don't listen
else
to
are you
people.
doing?
Yeah, just fucking go.
Just fucking. You know what? Fucking go.
fucking go. We're loners, guys. Like we're on our own.
Yeah, we're loners, rebels. Rebels. Tell me about your big butt, Jiah.
I think you'll be able to smell it in a second.
All right. See you guys.
Wow.
See you later.